Today we're in Mount Plymouth, Florida, in an old, quaint city of forgotten. But today we are going to analyze and try to find out some of this historic landmarks and what they meant. And legend has it, Al Capone himself in the early 1900s came and visited here at Mount Plymouth, Florida. Picture up.
See, we're going to go to Mount Plymouth, Florida. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
These were some of the few cottages built that are still standing to this day. And apparently there's people residing into these houses. But these houses almost look like they're like Snow White herself could be living in this house. I just love this house. I'd be kind of creeped out if I lived in there. There are probably some nasty haunts in there, if you know what I'm saying.
I came to Chicago with $40 in my pocket. My son is now 12. I'm still married and I love my wife dearly. We had to make a living. I was younger than I am now and thought I needed more. I didn't believe in prohibiting people from getting the things they wanted. I thought prohibition was an unjust law, and I still do.
We're in Mount Plymouth Memorial Park. Not much of a park anymore at all. But if you look over here, nice little bench. But apparently this was the entrance of the Mount Plymouth Hotel and Country Club, 1926. And then Florida Central Academy, 1959 to 1983. I remember that day, the building destroyed by fire, January 6, 1986. This was the historic entranceway preserved by the East Lake Historical Society. Can't talk. So that would be over there. That'd definitely be the entrance right here. And if you look, see right on the screen there, that's the original hotel entrance.
The king of the gangsters is about to get his, and a lot of Chicago folks are on hand at federal court for a last look at Scarface Al Capone before Uncle Sam puts him away. Here he comes, the big boy himself. What's the hurry, Al? Where you're going, you'll have loads of time.
Actually, remember when the place went up in flames, I was a little kid, but the old folklore of this town was that Al Capone used to come down here and vacation. There's no records of that. It's just kind of local legend. And I remember as a kid, the hotel, Mount Plymouth Hotel, became obviously an academy. I think it was what? It was 1926. Make sure that's right. It became the Central Florida Academy in 1959. The Country Club was established in 1926. But I remember when everything went up flames, people were saying, "Oh, Al Capone hid money in the walls. There's money hidden in the walls." So I don't know if there's any truth to that, but people from Chicago would come down here to this hotel and vacation, all the way down here to Mount Plymouth, Florida. So maybe that's where they got the rumors of Al Capone. Plus, Al Capone was a pretty shady guy, so I doubt he would document where he was going and where he was staying. So if legend has it, maybe someone saw him and the legend just kept on over the years. You see over here too, got some of the old walls and stuff here. But now there's nothing of this place anymore, just housing developments. It's amazing how things just shift so suddenly over the years and history is erased. Now it's saying that in the old days, the hotel entertained such famous guests as Al Capone, Connie Mack, Babe Ruth, and singer Kate Smith. It's basically saying that Al Capone loved this area. So I'm hearing different type of stories here. Mount Plymouth, Florida, Al Capone loved it. So there's got to be some truth to it. There has to be, right? So as I'm walking around this location, this is like probably one of the last lands that are undeveloped. But this was all the golf courses from back in the day here. I mean, it went all the way back. I remember a long time ago, I think my dad used to play golf out here. But I think it goes back that way, the golf courses. And went all the way back that way towards where we were originally at, where the hotel entrance was. So the golf course came all the way down and then all the way down across the street. But now, man, there's a rooster just roosting over there. What you doing, rooster? It's past 6 a.m. But anyways, you can see the remnants of the old sidewalk. But I mean, the golf course was in existence till, man, maybe 1990s, maybe early 2000s. I think it started dipping down, but everything's now developed. I guess a housing development has bought these properties, and if we'll go down there and they're developing Florida-style homes here. Hey, look at that car. That's pretty cool. That's like it's from like Japan or something. Pretty stinking cool. I saw a guy on. Actually saw a guy on YouTube. Guy I follow. He bought one of those things and he made a little minivan out of it, which didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's very teeny, but it was a pretty cool vlog. Nevertheless, my ADHD's all over the place. Yes. So if you look at this, it goes all the way down, which we'll go down there. We'll head down there in a minute. But you know what? It's like I have these things where I have like these music ears, right? So I hear everything around me. Like, and I'm a big music guy, but if I go to restaurants and things, there's music playing, and I'm trying to conversate with someone like one-on-one, I hear everybody's conversations around the table. Then I hear the music, it's hurting. And right now, it's kind of nice out here, but I hear a car in the background. Then I hear this rooster who's completely distracting me right now. That just won't shut up. He wants attention. I don't know why he wants attention, but he just won't shut up right now. That's distracting me. Just being real. Just being real. Rooster. My God. So we are now in a different part of the once was beautiful golf course that was here in Mount Plymouth, Florida. If you look back there, see across the street, they're already developing the houses where the old golf course was. Just, you see remnants of it. Looks like down here, they have some kind of, what is this? Looks like this used to be some kind of maybe one of the lakes in the golf course. And now it looks like people ride or dirt bike out here or ride their Jeeps out here. Not too much longer. This will be gone too, based on the housing developments going in. It's still amazing to me that, you know, all these years, there's so much history in different places that you can just look around and there's a story to everything, and how years go by, those stories, as they're not documented, they're long forgotten. And I was like trying to look for records here in Mount Plymouth, but there's really no diehard records of Mount Plymouth, Florida, just the remnants of what was here. There was a time too where there was this big creative movement in the early 1900s, 1800s, where people would come here by train, and they would have like these tent things, or a bunch of creatives would get together. And I'll put the name down below here. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I remember reading about it, and it sparked. They did them in Mount Dora, and they did them in Mount Plymouth. They were really, really popular in that time period. But it's crazy just to think of all the people that could have been here that you never thought could have been here, like the rumors of Al Capone. I think, you know, personally, I think it's the possibilities of that actually happen are probably 85%. So why would someone say that? You know what I mean? Because if a lot of people are coming down from Chicago and vacationing here in Mount Plymouth, Florida, when this golf club community opened up, the hotel opened up, and Florida was a big hot spot to come down in the early 1900s to vacation. So it kind of makes sense he would come down here. But again, he wouldn't leave a paper trail of that. How do we know? But it's always exciting to dig around you and what you can find. That looks like a prehistoric pterodactyl nest right there. Who? That's like a perfect little den there. Interesting. I'm sure, you know, it looks like that's part of the track. Anyways, not that there's a pterodactyl out there. There's still people, as you see, driving around in their golf carts in the community. And still thinking there's a golf course out here. There's people all over the golf course. It's a beautiful day in Mount Plymouth, Florida, but you can see all across here, and it's still very much a golf course community. Even though there's no golf course. But if you look over here, you have the development happening right here. It's sad, you know? This whole area is really going through a big growth and boom. It's exciting at the same time, but it's also sad because you lose a lot of the charm of these small, quaint towns, you know? And look at this. There's remnants of some kind of, what is this? Did something self-explode? An electric car exploded? Someone just had it with their child Corvette battery car, I guess. Looks like a terrible accident happened here, folks. Hopefully no one was injured in the process. And as you can see, all the golf course, soon to be houses. Crazy. A memory of the past. I think with doing this now, I remember when I was a kid, it wasn't too often, but my dad would get maybe antsy or something, or just bored. He would take us on a Sunday drive, just like go exploring different places where you go look at mobile homes or houses or different places. So I think my new segment I'm going to do on Sundays is I'm going to go exploring. I'm going to do Sunday drives. I'm going to drive around and just find cool little locations that I can take a look at.
Take me on a Sunday drive. Take me on a Sunday drive. Hey, hey! It's a Sunday drive.
One of the staples of being in a small town, which is it's not a small town anymore, but Mount Plymouth IGA Fresh Market. They have, it's been in here for a long time. They actually really got decent food that they actually prepare. They got a deli and got some good meats. Luckily, this is like you don't see too many mom and pop stores much anymore because all the big chains have pushed them out over the years, and like Publix. But these guys have fought hard over the years. Hopefully they can stay afloat with all the growth out here and stay in business. I just love places like this. One day I'll take you in there. I'd have to get one of the smaller cameras, but it's a really cool old-timey grocery store. Rumor has it too. It's not rumor. I think it's factual. Maybe I should get my hair cut here, but this place is called the Split End. This place has been here for a while, but I guess the reality of this place is the owner is Cheryl Hines' sister. And if you don't know who Cheryl Hines is, she's basically the sister of Cheryl Hines owns a Split End here in Mount Plymouth, Florida. And the only reason I know that is because one of my clients, Blue Jay Studios, Jay gets his haircut there, or he used to over the years get his haircut right at the Split End. Cheryl Hines' sister, who would have thought? But it's loud. I kind of know that too, is because Cheryl Hines used to be part of the improv group in Orlando. And in the 90s, I had the biggest crush on her. We used to feed the homeless on Sunday nights right there in downtown Orlando. And I was like, man, she's beautiful. And then I saw on Curb Your Enthusiasm one time, and I was like, dang, she blew up. Not too far up the road here, it's a place called Rock Springs Run. which I'm going to go check out here. Driving in the boondocks out here, the boondocks out in the woods. Not too far up from Mount Plymouth is a lot of. I've said this over and over. There's so many trails and nature preserves here in the Wekiva area. From Mount Plymouth, Florida, it's probably like 5 miles up. So I figured I'd come out here today to Rock Springs Preserve and just kind of see. It's been a few years since I've been out here, and I think I just drove through one time, so I didn't really explore it. So we'll check that out. This place is pretty cool. It's like you can bring horses out here. You can ride horses. Let's check this place out. So they got some type of, what is that? Like it's definitely, I guess you can camp out here. You can glamp. They call it glamping. Yeah, it's nice out here. Wonder if there's any trails that we can consume today. Let's just check this area out of here real quick. Just get a lay of the land. Beautiful day though. I mean, it's stinking cold for Florida. It's like 45 degrees outside right now. I never complain. If the wind wasn't blowing, it wouldn't bother me because the sun helps out. But that's what it is. I guess the glamping. These like the glamping cabins, I bet, and they covered them up so things won't get ruined in the cold, I guess. Or maybe that's just really the tents. Maybe it's tents. I don't know. That's pretty cool. So it says it has trails. Let's take a look. Historic Ethel Trail, Rock Springs Reserve. Looks like they have all kinds of things. The Haunted Festival. That's interesting. I'm going to take that. Come back and look at some of that. Maybe we'll come out to that. This is really cool out here. Sometimes you just have to look. Go Sunday driving and explore. Looks like they have multiple trails. So maybe we'll find one today and do it. The early settlement in Florida. Wow. In 1562? That's really cool. Lots of history, man. The Delk Plantation. So this was a plantation back in the day. Wow. This log cabin burned down and they tried to smoke out fleas with fire. That is so flippin' cool. As a Union supporter, he refused to support the Confederate war effort in 1864. Wow, that's awesome. See, I love stuff like this. The Ethel Township. See, if you just look, you never know what you can find here. I mean, there's so much history. Artist Gary Schiman's illustration of some of the structures of Ethel compressed to single sketch is an artistic interpretation as well. We have no way of knowing what Ethel really looked like, but it's based on images that we do have. That's so cool. And then they have post office records from Washington, D.C. of this place. So obviously it was in existence. That's what the artist rendering would look like of the little town here. That's awesome. You look at these little glamping places. You can glamp here. I guess you can rent these places, which is pretty cool. Come out here and glamp. So what I want to know is these trails. The Ethel Trail, we got to go back over here, was the first settler of Rock Springs was William S. Delk, descended from English colonist. But, all right, Civil War. You know, it's funny too. All right, so we're here. So I guess if you drive up that way, which is blocked off, you can walk up that way. So I'm assuming, where are we? So if we went this way, up, I guess. Doesn't really say. But it's interesting too. There's this old, you talk about the Civil War. You know, the Civil War, 1861 to 65, turned families and neighbors against each other. You know, in this area, you don't think there was a big hotbed of Civil War going on. And there's actually a place in Sorrento, which I don't think I could walk to, but my friend, when I was growing up, he lived in this historic house in downtown Sorrento, which basically was a hospital for Civil War people that were running from the Civil War or they got wounded, and it was actually a definitely a lot of Civil War history here in this area. There's no question. Probably a lot of people fleeing the war. Look at this place. It's pretty awesome. I love it. It's so cool out here. It's peaceful. It's beautiful. Sometimes you just got to get out, get into the fresh air. It's so easy to stay inside today because it's so stinking cold for Florida. But I love it. I've been thinking a lot about vlogging as of late. And I'm a big early Hollywood 1900s type of guy. Big fan of Charlie Chaplin and his work. And actually, like last year, I went on a trip with an artist out to Los Angeles. Used to go out there a lot back in the day. But it was the first time I was back in a while, and he was tired. So immediately we got off the plane, I started walking the Hollywood Strip, looking for locations for where Charlie Chaplin shot films and stuff. And it was a great time. But I just love that era of history, of cinema. It was just a beautiful time, which makes me think, you know, back in the day when they were shooting those movies, it was an escape. You know, Charlie Chaplin movies and silent films and movies in general were escape for people, especially comedy. I've got to hang on to this thing or the wind's going to blow it over. But especially like comedy, people wanted to escape because there was so much going on in the world. The Great Depression, the First World War, and there was just so much going on in that time. Speaking of Hollywood, now it seems like more than ever before, there's an agenda. You can't escape what's going on in the world and try to just breathe a little bit. Like in the early 1900s, people could go to the cinema, watch Charlie Chaplin, and just escape for 15 minutes to 20 minutes and just be in a different place and laugh and take their mind off of what was going on in the world. And I feel like now with technology, it's a lot harder to do that, especially with social media. Social used to be social. Now it's just political, and it's forcing things down your throat you don't want, or people's agenda is what they believe. It's crazy. So it brings me to my point about vlogging and why this medium is so important to me, because it's an escape. It's an escape from the norm of the world. Disney vloggers, adventure vloggers, which brings me to this. Adam the Woo, one of the greats, he created a format that birthed so many vloggers. He's kind of the Charlie Chaplin of YouTube when it comes to this vlogging format. It's amazing because this experiment that I started this channel back December 26th, this is day 39 of documenting the journey of Creative on the Mend. Brand new channel, vlogged in the past, started from scratch this time. But the experiment has worked. And hear me out on this.
So I woke up to a very nice message on my YouTube channel today from a gentleman named Jeff Adams, who is in media production. It's kind of cool, and music as well. And apparently we started our vlogs one day apart from each other. So we've both been doing these daily vlogs.
Which leads me to this. Yesterday, just scrolling through, and the algorithm works on YouTube. What I'm talking about, YouTube's bringing me people. And I found a vlogger, which is really cool because I've been talking about starting this vlogging every day, and the algorithm just pushes new content in my feed. And I met this guy named Daniel on YouTube. He has a channel. It's called Here We Go Again. You may not see that. You may see it.
And the walk is good. Thanks for the inspiration, Mr. Adams. Creative on the mend. I'm going to have to keep up with your channel for sure. That's fun that you were able to find me somehow and that we both started our daily vlogs.
And he's been vlogging the same amount of time I started vlogging. Of course, he has another channel, but he was inspired by Adam the Woo. And all these people that I have connected with doing this vlog, and the reason I'm doing this vlog is to find like-minded people that want to have an adventure. They want to share their lives. They want to motivate people. It's the reason why I'm doing this, and I'm doing it for myself too. It's amazing that we can just meet people through this medium. That's why I think Adam the Woo will always be remembered because of what he started. We lost a great one. But when Adam the Woo passed away, he left this spark, this energy of people that either wanted to do a vlog or were doing vlogs, and sparked a new energy of grabbing this medium and rolling with it. So my whole theory with it is Adam the Woo was one of a kind. He was a distraction for so many people to get away from the reality of what was going on in the world. It was a daily routine. It was an escape. That's what this is. Vlogging community is for me because the world's heavy. You turn to the left, you turn to the right, there's just something being crammed down your throat. This agenda more than ever before. And mediums like this channel, channels like Daniel, a couple other people that I've connected with that are doing vlogs. Vlogging is important. Distraction, getting out and getting fresh air, enjoying your life when you have it, because you're not guaranteed anything tomorrow. You're not. You're not guaranteed your life. You're not guaranteed anything. You're not guaranteed your job. You're not guaranteed what you do. So go out and enjoy life. This is important. And this is why I support other vloggers. Everybody has their lane of what they're doing and what they do well. They're sharing their life. They're documenting their life. And it's a beautiful thing. And I love it. And it's pretty much all the content I consume. That's why Hollywood movies were always great. They were an escape. They took you on a story. They took you on a journey into unknown galaxies or sci-fi adventures or a great romantic story. And it took your eyes off the reality of things just for a moment. That's what YouTube does for me. Vlogging does that. It's an escape from reality. Hollywood needs to get back to telling stories and quit pushing agenda. And they may not ever get that way. It seems like everything has been forced down our throats, good or bad. So fellow vloggers or fellow people that consume this content, go out, vlog your heart out at Disney World. I'm watching. Go out on adventures, find new places and trails, history places, or vlogging your daily life of continuing to build that beautiful home in Celebration, Florida. I'm watching, I'm paying attention. Your vlogs help me more than you can imagine. They're a blessing. So I'm encouraging you never to stop vlogging and caring and doing what you love to do. I love this. It's challenged me to get out of my shell. I'm used to broadcasting, being behind the camera, doing other things, but this pushes me to get out, not sit in front of a computer and edit video all day long. Get out and share my life. My life may not be sexy. It may not be beautiful right now. I think it is, because there's moments like this where you're defined, and when you're rebuilding, it's beautiful. It's just so beautiful to see what can happen. I look forward to doing these every single day. It's part of my routine, just as much as I like walking. So, no matter what you're going through in life, you might have anxiety, you might be stressing out of the unknown. Hey, you might have went through a bad breakup, bad divorce, you might have lost a loved one. Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. Just don't do it, because the end result, you're better. You're better than that. People love you. People love you. Stay the path. Stay the straight and narrow. Things will get better, I promise you. And also, if you're going through a stressful time in your life, document the journey. Get your phone out, get a camera out, record it, share it, put it out into the YouTube universe. Even if nobody watches it, it's gonna help you, I guarantee you, and it's a lot cheaper than getting a shrink or a counselor. Also, Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow on the next Creative on the Mend. See you real soon.
And also, Jeff, I'm a YouTuber. How's that? I'm a YouTuber.